Hello, my name is Matthew Armstrong. This is the first video on language focused learning, on an activity from language focused learning. The transcription activity uses listening and it's part of the language focused learning strand. So if we look at our big chart here, we've got our four strands, each one taking a quarter, 25% of a well-balanced language course. Language focused learning. If you're not sure what that is, or if you haven't seen video 1, or even if you have seen video 1 of this series, I strongly recommend you to go and watch that. It's an overview of the four strands. This strand, language focused learning, is very different from the other three. When people think of language teaching and language learning, they usually think about this strand, language focused learning, which is the teacher teaching something or memorization of grammar or vocabulary. That belongs to this strand. So that is only 25% of the course. And if you look at each activity, that's just 25% of this 25%. What in the world is a transcription activity? So, like all language focused learning activities, this is deliberate learning. So we're going to take the skill of listening and we're going to do deliberate learning through listening. Basically what you do is you take, you use an audio. So you use an audio and you listen to it and then you pause it and you write out what you heard. You have control of the audio, which means if you need to go back and re-listen to a segment of the audio, you can. There should also be a written script of the audio so that when you're finished, you can check it to see if you're accurate. So what does this help with? Well, this helps obviously with your pronunciation. So not oral pronunciation, it helps with your receptive pronunciation. So receptive phonology. So this helps you parse or separate the individual sounds you hear, and then your brain converts that into meaning, into individual words. It represents your brain takes that sound and it converts it into meaningful words that you can write out. And when you're writing, you're going to see words in new phrases, which means new collocations, so new combinations of words. And this is good for language learning because you're seeing words used in different ways, and this adds new shades of meaning to vocabulary. And when you write, you're also going to focus on spelling and phrasal construction. So, again, with keeping balance, a quarter of the course is spent on language focused learning. So, only 25% of the language focused learning strand should be spent there. So, what does that mean? That means just under 7% of the whole course. So if we look back, right, so we've got a quarter of the course, and then we've got a quarter of that. So this is 25%, and then these two together would be 12.5%, so half of that 25%, so 12.5%. So something like 6.75% of the whole course is spent here. Okay, that just puts it into perspective. This is an intensive activity, but we need to spend most of the course in the other three strands, keeping a nice balance so that we're using message focused activities. So we're using language. It's not all about learning as in about focusing deliberately on learning something. Our brains tend to learn really well when we're focused on the message part of it, of communication. Okay, so how in the world do we do this? I'll give a demonstration of this activity, but this is what I'm going to do. So this is what you should do too when you do a transcription activity. So first of all, you choose an audio. So the audio can't be too long. So about 100 words long is fine. And the content shouldn't be boring. You're setting yourself up for failure if it's a terribly boring text that you're going to listen to and transcribe. So all of those words should be known. It shouldn't be a difficult text. So it can be a text that you've covered before in the course, or it could be a text that you're going to cover later, perhaps with extensive listening. But anyways, it's really good to have a written script as well, so that when you finish you can check it. So step one is choose an appropriate piece of material to do the activity. So audio and written script of it. Don't read the written script though. So step two. So if it's the very first time you're listening to the audio, you need to listen to it one time just to have a nice overview of the meaning of the listening. If it's a listening that you're already familiar with, if it's from a previous activity in your course, then you can skip stage two. But step two is important just so that you have an idea of the meaning of the text. A big bird's eye view. Step three, this is where we're going to start transcribing. So step three, we listen to the first sentence or the first several words, then we pause it, write what we heard, and then if you need to go back, then go back and replay what you heard. You just continue step three, so listening to a chunk of text, pausing it and writing it down, and replaying parts if you need to. Do that until you've finished writing out the whole text. So when you've finished writing the whole text, play through the audio one more time and read what you've written. That's step five. So check it with the listening one last time to see if you got everything. And then it's okay if you don't get everything, but you should get almost everything. And then step six is to use the written script and compare the written script with what you wrote. Circle the differences and make corrections. This is a learning opportunity. And then number 7, so you can return to the audio and listen again and read your script, but pay close attention to the areas that you had problems with. This activity helps you notice gaps in your knowledge. So when you are listening to this the first time, your brain is focused almost exclusively on meaning, and it is processing grammar and functional elements of the sentence, such as prepositions and verb endings and tense and all that. But it makes you more aware of those elements that are functional than the meaning part. Okay, so I'll give you a demonstration of how to do this activity.
Se préparer. 1. Comprendre globalement un document sonore. Activité 1. Extrait 1. Une stratégie politique pour récupérer des électeurs. Extrait 2.
Êtes-vous pour ou contre la gratuité des transports? Êtes-vous pour ou contre la gratuité des transports publics? Êtes-vous pour ou contre? Êtes-vous pour ou contre la gratuité des transports publics? Êtes-vous pour ou contre la gratuité des transports publics? Contre la gratuité des transports publics?
Je suis pour. Je pense que c'est une Je suis pour. Je pense que c'est une excellente idée. Et en plus,
Êtes-vous pour ou contre la gratuité des transports publics?
je suis pour. Je pense que c'est une excellente idée. Et en plus, ça va réduire la circulation et donc la pollution.
Je suis totalement contre. On va encore financer tout ça avec l'argent des impôts, c'est-à-dire notre argent.
Ah oui, je suis pour. Je pense qu'on dépense trop d'argent dans les transports en commun.
À vrai dire, ça m'est égal. Je n'utilise pas les transports en commun. Peu importe.
Contre. C'est une mauvaise idée. Ça va encore faire augmenter les impôts.
Je suis pour. C'est déjà en pratique dans d'autres villes. Il faudrait que notre ville s'y mette.
Je suis contre. Je pense que c'est une stratégie politique pour récupérer des électeurs.
Êtes-vous pour ou contre la gratuité des transports publics?
Je suis pour. Je pense que c'est une excellente idée. Et en plus, ça va réduire la circulation et donc la pollution.
Je suis totalement contre. On va encore financer tout ça avec...
C'est déjà en pratique dans d'autres villes. 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 Il faudrait que notre ville s'y mette.
Je suis contre. Je pense que c'est une stratégie politique pour récupérer des électeurs.